Hi, this is Justin with More Business Today, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a video using the editor. Now, the way we do this is we first upload it to YouTube, and I'm not going to cover how to do that. It's real easy. You create an account and then you just hit the upload button, and you basically upload the video. It's pretty straightforward, and there's lots of tutorials on that. So I'm not going to cover that part of it, although if you have any trouble, then let me know, and I will create a video on that specifically. So to add a YouTube video, add a video, we add it to YouTube, and then we can add element, and then if you scroll down, you'll find YouTube is one of the options right here, YouTube. And then it asks for the YouTube URL. So you just go to the YouTube and then you highlight the URL at the top. That's one way to get the URL. Another way to do it is through the share, although I don't know if it'll work with the short one or not. We can try it. This is a shorter URL. It uses utu.be, so it shortens it by like 3 characters or something, but I'll try that one and see what it does here. And then done. Yep, it worked. So that's the other way to get the video, and then it's inserted. It's real straightforward to add a video to YouTube. One of the tricks that I would use, what I would recommend, is to open your video in a shadow box, in a pop-up. So one of the things that we need to have for that is a button or something that says play video. So we'll do that. We'll use a button. But before we do the button, we'll add the pop-up with the video. So I'll show you why this is important too at the end here. But pop-up. So pages and pop-ups, pop-up, new pop-up, and I think, is there a video in here? I don't think there's a video in here, so we're going to use a blank one, and we'll put YouTube video as the name of it. And here's the pop-up. Now, one of the things we'll do is change the settings right off, because we want it to be bigger. That's the whole idea behind it. To get an idea of the size, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look at the video. Here's a little trick, because different videos will be shot in different orientations. So if you go to the embed and you show more, then it'll show you some typical sizes when you do the drop down, like 1200. So this is 853 by 480. It'll also proportionally give you a size if you do it custom, but 853 is plenty wide. 480, you don't want it to be too wide or too tall, so I would probably use that one, 853 by 480. You want it to be bigger than that because it's going to have some padding. So we'll do it 900. Just type it in here, 900. We'll do it by 550. Now 550 might be a little much. 20. Done. And then I'm going to delete these items out of this. So delete the row. It won't let you delete the last row when there's only one row, so I'm going to add another row and delete this Oops, I want to delete that one. I want to delete this one. I have to do it. Row, row, delete. And now I have the pop-up. And this is just extra stuff, you know. It's not super important, but because adding a video is so straightforward, then I figured I'd just share this as a little extra thing that you could do, and you'll kind of see why it's useful. Add YouTube. Again, it wants the YouTube URL. Grab that. Now you notice it's not taking up the full size. So I'm going to go ahead and edit more. And you can see the size here is picking it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to percentage, because I want to switch it to 100% so it goes as high as it can. And you can see what the issue is that the box isn't tall enough. See how it put a sidebar there? So all I have to do here is, under the pop-up settings, change the height. I was probably right with the 550 to begin with or something. But I'm going to change the height until it doesn't have a drop down. The other thing I could do on here is clear the padding for this. Would make a difference. Although you can see here the X kind of goes over the YouTube video a little bit that way. So anyhow, so now we have it as a pop-up. Menu, pages, we'll go back to the home page. Now let's say we want to add a button here for the YouTube video. We'll add a button over here. Menu, add element, buttons. Watch our video. And when this is most useful, pop up, YouTube video, done. Now, if I go to preview, when this is most useful is when you only have a small area to put a video in. I'll show you it here in a second, but see how it pops up like that? So it's real slick that way. And then you have a full-size video, but then still you can close it so it's not taking up that much room. But I'll show you why we do that. Let's say instead of 2 columns here, we'll leave that here. Row, we'll insert another column. So now we don't have a lot of space. Now we add a video in here. Add the video URL. And you can see that it's just going to be tiny over here. If I preview this, it's just tiny here. So that's why, you know, having that when the video is going to be really small makes sense. And I think that's all I have for videos. I guess I should mention that you might have noticed there that it was kind of skewed. So if I drop the video in here, paste it in, done. You can see how when you play it, well, preview, play it, then it has black space at the top and bottom, so it's not really sized correctly. And it's because it does a minimum of 100%, and so that changes the sizes. But again, if we do 100%, and then we do 100% done, I guess you have to go with the size. So if we go back to the video, we go, okay, well, we don't have a lot of room, and so it's so small that it just doesn't have a lot of room here. But so we'll do a custom size, and like I said, it'll be proportional, so we know that we have to have it be 306 pixels wide. That's 100%. But we don't know what the height needs to be. We know it isn't going to be bigger because the video is wider than it is tall. So if we do this 300 or 306 and we hit tab, then we know that it needs to be 172 pixels tall. Now if I change this, so if I change this to 172 and then done, boom, it's the way that it should be. Again, it's tiny, and if you want to get real fancy, it's outside the parameters of this video, but there are ways to capture the screenshot for the video, the first part, and then you could have that be an image that opens up the pop-up, and that's even slicker. But it's just more than what I can cover in this video. So that's YouTube. That's adding videos using YouTube. Thanks. Oh, I should mention too, when you upload a video, you can make it private, which makes it so that you need to have a link or it would be embedded, and that's how people would see it, but it wouldn't show up in the regular search for YouTube. I don't know why you would do that, because it's a good, way to get extra like search engine juice. What you do want to do is when you add the description, you want to add in your information, including your link to your website. That'll help you in the search engines. Thanks.